The real tea is this. If you're wondering how to make yourself go up, it all starts with your branding. Hey y'all, it's Jazz, and today we are diving into phases 2 and 3 of my brand new Branding Guide 2.0, the Music Artist Blueprint, which is going to be all about defining your story and making it visual. So if you missed the live on Discord this past Wednesday, don't worry, we are going to get you all caught up so that you know everything that you need and you're in alignment with your brand and how to move it forward. Let's go. So, phase 2, define your brand story. Great branding is storytelling. It's not just your music, it's the meaning behind it. It is the world that you are inviting people into. So, you can think about it this way. I show up as a insert vibe here artist who insert impact and story here through insert visual aesthetic and cues here. So an example is I show up as a nostalgic alt R&B artist who helps people process their emotions through dreamlike visuals and intimate songwriting. This is where we're not just listing adjectives, right? We're anchoring your why in a message that your fans can feel and identify with. The goal of phase 2 in this brand workbook is to help you guys craft and consistently share your own personal brand story. Your story isn't just a bio, it's the thread that runs through your lyrics, visuals, captions, and content. Think, what moment or message made you want to start creating music? How can we show that transformation or message visually and narratively over time? Okay, now, if you have defined your identity and you have begun to define and what your story is, the next thing that we're going to want to do is define your brand pillars. These are not just buzzwords. So a lot of times people will be like wavy, a vibe, like those are adjectives, but what does a vibe, real, emotional, spiritual, what does that really mean? They're not actual brand pillars. Those are like moods. Brand pillars are 3 to 5 core truths that shape how you show up, connect, and create through your entire brand. And these can be transferred into content pillars so that you know how you represent these brand pillars through your content. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Is it starting to connect? Is it starting to make a little sense? So think, what drives you? What message do you return to over and over? What themes consistently show up in your music, your videos, just any content that you're creating? What's non-negotiable in your art or your presence? Maybe you think your brand pillars are confidence or independence or just relatability. If those are the kinds of things that you think your brand pillars are, let's take them from vague, surface level values and root them in real, repeatable action. Confidence can show up in a bunch of different kinds of ways, but one of those ways can be radical self-expression. I show up fully and authentically. I own my presence unapologetically. I help others feel seen through bold expression, whether it's through my raw visuals, my lyrics, or my unfiltered captions. My confidence, it's not about being perfect. It's about being honest and magnetic in my truth. You see why just listing confidence as a brand pillar isn't enough to do it all? Maybe it's emotional reliability. I create music that makes people feel safe to feel. My music and my brand offer emotional grounding. I'm someone that people can return to when they need to feel seen, soothed, or supported. Expanding your brand pillars beyond just vibes, moods, or descriptive words can really help you show up in a branded way in your content, your voice, your fan experience, and in your visuals with intention. So ask yourself this question a few times. I create from the space of blank with the intention to blank. and try to get about 3 to 5 brand pillars that way so that your brand pillars go beyond just a word. A bonus tip is to look at your top 5 favorite posts, songs, or videos and ask, what values or messages do they have in common? That's where your brand lives. Quick little case study. Let's talk about Steve Lacy's brand evolution. Steve Lacy is the perfect example of evolving brand storytelling. He started with a lo-fi DIY aesthetic. I'm talking gritty iPhone music videos, very SoundCloud energy, thrifting his clothes, just very casual coolness, and it felt raw and real. This matched his story: young, experimental, genre building, unfiltered, all of those good things, right? But then came the shift from like lo-fi to luxe. He went from this experimental, I don't give a fuck, you know that I'm doing this without a label and I don't care kind of guy, into the experimental rock star with Bad Habit, you know? So it's still edgy, it's still unique, but now it's elevated. Now it's high fashion. You're still using soft colors like the light blue background and maybe simple, you know, kind of fits where he was wearing that dress shirt with a black tie, but he would have unique things like it looked like pieces of art that he would wear on his face and different kinds of things that really elevated his brand. So what we can learn from Steve is that your brand can evolve, and as long as the soul stays the same, your essence doesn't change. It's just how you deliver it. The packaging changes. And that brings me to phase 3. Make it visual. Now let's turn your story into a look your audience can instantly recognize. I want to help you create a repeatable visual language that helps you support your brand. Your aesthetic is the visual extension of your story. It's how you signal the vibe without saying a word. Everything from your color palette to your photos to your outfit choices is a part of your visual branding. You don't need to be a designer. You just need to be intentional. You need to be creative. You need to be thoughtful, okay? Let's turn your story into a look your audience can instantly recognize. So this is about color palettes, fonts, outfit choices, lighting and filters, your set, your world, your vibe. Ask yourself, if someone found my page with the sound off, would they get my vibe just from the visuals? This is where your brand mood board, like visual branding template, is going to come in. If you haven't downloaded it from the Content Vault, go grab yours today. When your visuals and your story match your sound, you create something unforgettable there. So you want to think, what colors, textures, or references represent your sound? So you can describe your brand visually in 3 words. An example would be dreamy, vintage, melancholy. All right, you guys, so that's gonna be it. When people land on your page, we want them to feel your world instantly. Consistency builds trust and repetition builds recognition. This is what helps fans remember and connect to you. If you're in the course section of the Insiders Hub, I will link all the worksheets that you need right here below. If you are not, then you need to go to your Insiders Hub, go to the course section. You will have everything you need if you don't already. It's all available for you at one time in the Content Vault, so you can always do that, or you can just do it, you know, baby steps, one at a time, whatever feels best for you. The homework is posted in the tips and challenges chat on Discord. And I want to see you guys drop a mood board by Sunday using the little Mila note. I already asked one of our participants if she could drop hers because she created a fire mood board already. So that would be a great example to get us started. Next week's live training is Build a Branded Fan Experience, where we will cover phase 4 and put an action plan together of how to make all of this actually happen. If you haven't joined the Discord, please tap the link in the membership hub. You are absolutely missing out on my favorite part of the Inner Circle Insiders experience, which is community and talking to all of you guys and having a place where all of you guys can connect, share peer feedback on your music, production advice is going down in there. Like, it's so great. Branding isn't fluff. It's the foundation. It's the reason that people are hooked and they keep coming back for more before they even really know your name or recognize who you are. So your story matters, and how you show that story, that's where the magic happens. Let's get to work. I'll see you next time.